G'day YouTube, this is a video of me painting a powder coated gate. It's just they're just usually done with colour-bond colours. It's not something I get asked to do very often. So they last a long time when they're powder coated. You get sort of 10 years or more before they start to look really crap and need painting. So not something I do a lot, paint a gate like this, but so I thought I'd put a video up for you to have a look at anyway. The product I'm using is just wattyl solarguard. You can just see here I'm masking up the gate and that track at the bottom that the gate rolls along, so the gate can move along top of that tape. I've pushed it down really hard. Here's the two types of tape you'll use in the masking machine. The blue tape is really good for freshly painted surfaces, and the white tape is good for the ground or old cement or something like that. If you use the white tape on freshly painted surfaces, it can actually peel the paint off if it's just been painted. That's why you would use a blue or even a green tape depending on the surface. This is how I started masking it up with the blue tape, and there must have been a bit of moisture on the concrete, so it wasn't working, so I had to come back and tape it with the white tape. Now, the reason I've got so much tape down there is you don't want to be halfway through the job and have the wind blow the tape and the paper up onto the job and ruin the job. Then you've of course got to rub it back and spray it again, so you want to make sure that's stuck down. But in this video, I'm probably going to use about 3 litres of paint on this gate, is what I estimate. And the line holds about 1 litre, a bit under 1 litre. So I'm using a 4 litre tin. So I'm cutting it very fine there with the 4 litre tin and 2 lines. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have 2 litres nearly stuck in a line. So here we go. Product I'm using is wattyl solarguard. Now this gate has been pressure cleaned and sanded. Any imperfections before I've started, and I'll pressure clean the front and back with a high-powered petrol gurney. And this is a self-priming product, so it will spray over a weathered colour-bond surface. If it's not a weathered surface, you'll have to either use a special primer, terps it down. There might be a number of things you're going to have to do to prep a gate or a fence or something if it's a brand new colour-bond surface. You generally would leave it for a couple of years before you would do it, or you'd have to terps the whole thing down and maybe sand it down and still undercoat. But since this is a weathered surface, you don't have to. So with the way I'm doing it here, I'm doing one side, making sure I get in the crack there where the post is, and then I come back the other way and do the other side, and I get a nice even finish on the whole gate. This is just the first coat. It'll get 2 coats. I'm using a 211 fine finish tip. It's a little bit worn, but for this sort of a job, that's okay, because I've got the paint there for the fence, because we've done the fence as well. So if there's a bit of spray on the fence, it's not an issue. I'll just fix that up later. I've masked the fence up more for the people walking down the street. It doesn't look good if you're getting black paint all over a fence and you're spraying a gate. They think you're just hopeless or whatever, and they don't realise you might have the paint there to fix it, so it's more for looks. I'll just replay the first coat again. Now, you're not going to get all the angles and everything on your first coat. On a gate like this, there might be a few little misses here and there. You've had the gun pointed the wrong way or whatever, and you haven't got all the little cracks, because there's a lot of little angles there with those crosses and the posts. So if there is any misses, you'll pick them up on the second coat. You'll get 95% of it on the first coat. On that lower section though, it's a lot more open. You want to try and get all that 100% both coats. But there was a few little misses I picked up later. The ground, I'm obviously concerned about the ground, so I've used 2 lengths of masking on the ground there, so there'll be no marks on the driveway when I lift the tape up. Here you can see I've pulled the tape off, and there's no marks on the ground or anything. There's a little bit of a shadow there. It's actually a power line shadow. But yeah, there's no, I mean, it's a dirty old driveway anyway, but still you don't want to get paint on it. These are the colour-bond colour chips. There's probably maybe 20 odd colours for colour-bond. So if you're doing gutters or garage doors or whatever, from new, they're generally sprayed these colours. So they're fairly easy to match. This is the finished gate, so that's what it looked like the next day. So basically brand new gate. And this product is wattyl solarguard. It's a satin finish. You could use a semi-gloss, you could use a full gloss if you wanted to look really spectacular, but as you can see, looks good as it is. Thanks for watching. If you could hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. See you next time.